Okay, welcome to my lab 2. To start off, I have my copy file that I've downloaded from the lab, and I also have my reading file and my writing file that I'm going to be using. So, off the bat, I will be setting up my script. So that I can continue to view my progress, and then I will be compiling my executable program so that I can debug it. And then we will begin with the debugging. So right off the bat, I'm going to run my program with my 2 inputs, which will be my reading file and my writing file. And ideally, if this program was running correctly, my reading file would be copied onto my writing file, but as you can see, that is blank, so clearly there is an error in the program here. My main concern right now with the program would be these loops, the if loop and the while loop. I'm not really concerned about any other parts of the program right now, so I'm going to create some breakpoints to section off these loops so that I can work with them individually. So my first breakpoint will be after this if loop is executed, so I'll put it at 17. And then I will run my program with my 2 inputs. So once the if loop has been executed, I'm interested in getting the value of these 2 integer numbers. So I'm going to print those. And right away I can see that there is an issue in these values. This 3 seems to be okay, but I'm expecting this FD2 to be 4 as a continuation, essentially, of my FD1. So I'm going to assume that my FD1 condition is correct, and I'm going to assume that there's an error with my FD2 condition. What I'm thinking is that there's an issue with the brackets, so that this kind of opening of the file is almost happening, I guess, after it's being, I want to say, compared to this -1. So I'm going to try to section this off so that the opening happens before it's compared. By adding a bracket here, and I believe here. And hopefully that will fix this problem. So I'm going to quit the debugging and I'm going to recompile, and then again I'm going to put another buffer at the 17 mark. I'm going to run this program again with my 2 inputs, and I'm going to obtain sorry, it's just freezing at the moment, so it might be a couple seconds. Okay, I'm gonna obtain my 2 variables, and then this is ideally what I want. I want this to be 4. And then I'm going to add another buffer as well after my while loop so that I can kind of isolate that as well. So I'm going to put it at 23. I think I'm going to continue it. Okay, perfect. So I think it's gone through the while loop now, if I'm not mistaken. Oops. Oh, you're joking. And then I'm interested in my variable, my n1. And it's freezing again. I'm sorry. Okay, perfect. Here we are. So after the while loop executes, my n1 variable is 0. So this is an issue. It should be, I believe, bigger than 0. What I'm thinking that is happening right off the bat, I think just an error that's not necessarily affecting it right now, but potentially is that there is, I believe, an overflow issue right here. So I think I'm just going to correct this really quickly. I don't necessarily think it's the issue, but better safe than sorry. What I think is happening, I think it's again an issue with my brackets inside of here. I believe that we're not assigning the n1 first with this before we're comparing it. I just believe that it is being compared before it's being assigned to 0 and then being assigned to that comparison. So what I want first is this to be assigned, and secondly, for it to be compared. So again, it's just a matter, I think, of playing around with these brackets. I want this to happen last, and I kind of want this to be isolated. There we go. Okay, I'm hoping this will fix the issue. So I'm going to save this, I'm going to quit, I'm going to again recompile and then rebug. And just running it like regular with my 2 inputs. Hopefully now it will be correct. I'm going to refresh my writing text and perfect. So my reading file has been copied to my writing file. So it looks to be like everything is in order. Lastly, I'm just going to quit this and then I'm going to hit Control D and finish my script so that I can track my progress later. And that is everything. Thank you.